Hey, welcome to the TakePart transition programme for All Hallows Salford. It's lovely to see you all. We have actually got 55 people on the screen. A lot of you will not know each other, but you will do by the time you get to All Hallows in Year 7. So what we're going to do initially is we're just going to have some housekeeping rules. You will notice that you are muted, so you are not able to speak throughout this workshop, unfortunately. Your chat is also set to private, so if you want to contact the host, who I will introduce very soon, then you can see that you can you've got a chat button at the bottom of your screen, and you can either raise your hand or you can chat to Roxy through this method. The only other thing that I need you to do is I need you to rename your device. Now, if you're on a computer, you can do this by clicking on the three dots at the top of your little box. If you click on those three dots that are in the little blue box, it will allow you to rename your little device or whatever you're on. And in that little box at the top, you can see mine says Louise Coker. I need that to read your actual name, your first name and your surname, because I will be doing a register, so we do need to make sure that that is correct. If you are on a phone, a telephone, an iPhone, or if you are on a smaller device, such as an iPad, Erin is going to explain how you do that for me now.
Okay, so you just tap on the screen, and at the bottom it should come up with a little, like a speech bubble that says participants, and just click on that, and then at the top should be your name, and a little camera and an arrow. If you click the arrow, it comes up with raise hand or rename. Just click rename, and then you can type whatever you want in there, and well, not whatever you want, your name, and then just click OK, and it should change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please don't give any nicknames. It is how the register will be at All Hallows. So I need your first full name and your surname, please. That's great. I'm going to hand you over now to Roxy, and Roxy is our change management expert, and she's going to guide you through the transition to All Hallows and your journey to Year 7 over the next 12 weeks. So here she is, Roxy Burden, and she will be taking over now for the programme.
Hi guys, it's so great to see you all. How fantastic that you've all logged on today, ready to make moves to your exciting change and transition to All Hallows. Okay, throughout this, I might ask you a couple of questions later on, and in that time, if you use that chat box that goes directly to me, I can then ask those questions to the team, and we can help with the question and answer and get some answers for you. Let's get started. Okay, who are TakePart? Who are we? Okay, so TakePart has grown into a fully inclusive, fully remote, creative community for the primary benefit of others who share our passion for children's well-being and the rewards and benefits that brings. TakePart is about the future. It is about direction and inspiration for lifetimes beyond our own, and what a better time to start thinking about the future than now. Clearly, the situation that we're in at the moment, we all kind of didn't expect it, but we've been given this time and this transition to be able to build on our own resilience. I know I'm building on mine. I think the team, if you all,
Yeah, definitely.
I'll quickly introduce you to our team. So we have got some of our lovely TakePart team today. So you've met Erin. Erin helped you with renaming if you're on a phone. We've got Tegan.
Hello.
Tegan and Charlie.
Hiya.
Hi, Charlie. And Ellie.
Hi, everyone.
Now, this may not be a surprise to you, but each and every one of those have once been at primary school. They have done this. They have made that transition from Year 6 into Year 7, and they are currently making different transitions of their own. So we'll come back to seeing how you can use them and helping your transition and how we're going to deal with the resilience and build that growth mindset through this change. Okay, so TakePart is made up of a team of trained industry professionals who care about children and young people and are trained to motivate and encourage them. So all of our team here on the screen have all done the training in change management. They all are here because they care about building that resilience and helping you and other young people understand their growth mindset. At TakePart, my role, as well as change management, is I am head of music and vocals. So I like to explore how music and how sound can help us grow resilience and deal with sometimes when we're not coping too well with the stresses that we might be feeling or the worries, how we can use sound in that. So I like to go into that as well as this. So I'll give you a little bit more background on who I am. Okay. Why do we do what we want to do? So why are we here? Why are we here in front of you today when you've logged on? So TakePart serves as an invitation to belong, to join others in an alternative vision of our future, moving forward to make happier, more fulfilled lives, igniting a passion for performance, unlocking capabilities and promoting more creative communities. TakePart help develop confidence, encouraging teamwork and character development. Would you say that's right, team? You guys have moved through the ranks of being in as a student at TakePart and accessing and coming up through to now be part of the teaching team.
Yeah, definitely. It helps so much with your confidence and you learn a lot as well.
Yeah, you do. You learn, and that resilience grows for through if you want to do performing arts, which is an area of what TakePart do, or also for things like this, for public speaking, for change in general, for meeting new people. That can be a little bit daunting at times, and I know that. I do know that. Okay, so TakePart will make a particular contribution to social, personal, and moral development within an individual, making sure that everything is centered around what is specifically needed at that time. So it's very much student and person-centered approach. Every single one of us is different. That's fantastic. That's something that we really, really celebrate at TakePart. We really celebrate that. And this change and transition that we're going through at the moment, there is no right or wrong way to deal with it. There's no right or wrong response. We just need to know how to understand that and use that to build that resilience each time. Okay. I'm going to give you a minute now. This is everyone. Team, you do this as well. I'll do the same. What are your dreams and your aspirations for this term, next year, and then longer thinking into the future? They can be anything. There's no right or wrong answer. Want you to just think about that yourselves at the moment. Keep that in. Have a good think about what that might be. Yeah? And how are you going to get there? Is that a daunting aspect, the fact that we're going to be moving forward and you've got new things to look forward to? But the biggest thing about dealing with transitions is understanding the ending of something that's happened before. So you guys have all been to primary school, and this has been a very strange situation that we haven't had an obvious ending. We understand that. We are totally with you. We understand that. But the way that we can kind of accept the fact that that part is ending and celebrate primary school and how fantastic it was is you start to look forward to the next time, so the next thing that's coming, your new beginnings. Your new beginnings don't necessarily need to be 20 years in the future. They don't need to be tomorrow. But if you're aspiring towards a new beginning, then you're actively working through what we call the neutral zone. Very fancy, isn't it? It's a great term. The neutral zone towards your new beginning. And you know what? If you're already thinking about what I want to do, it could be, oh, I'd love to learn how to do a cartwheel. I would love to be in the school show. I would love to know how to get to school independently and go on the bus if you take the bus, or know the way to my new school. And that is already moving towards your new beginning. And that is fantastic. That is creating your growth mindset. It is building it. You can't do it just this moment in time, but you will.
And as well, you're going to be taking things that you learned from primary school, and you're not going to leave all of primary school behind, because all those math skills and English skills are still going to be relevant in high school, aren't they? and you're not going to leave every part of it, so you need to take little bits of it forward with you as well, and things that you learn, maybe some friends as well.
Oh yeah, this is very true. Yeah, I went to a school where I didn't go to the same school as anybody else in my primary school. So I went to one where nobody else from my school went, and that was scary for me. And I had to really work hard at thinking about how I could adapt my mindset into being in that situation, because I'll let you into a secret, I was scared. I was very scared and I was very nervous, and I had to take that mindset and go, how can I not be scared? How can I create these bonds? And I did it. And I got through high school and I had a great time. I had a great time at high school, but it is scary. So some of you might not be going to school with anybody that you know now, but you will. And cast your mind like 4 years into the future and you'll have a great circle of friends around you. Okay, so keep those aspirations in mind, guys. Okay, now, where would you put yourself on the scale that you can see here? So over here, number 1, a negative mindset. These are things like, I can't, I won't, I shouldn't, and I'm scared. So on my first day at school, if you remember how I just told you then when I joined my secondary school, I didn't know anyone and I'm scared. I can't talk to anyone. I won't put myself out there because I was scared. I then tried to change my mindset and go over to a positive mindset, which is number 10. We've skipped back. Let's go forward again. Number 10. To try and get those thoughts to be, I can do this. I will introduce myself. I should try. And I'm actually excited from the beginning. So could you all do me a favor and have a think about, at the moment, it doesn't need to necessarily be about your first day at school. It could be about the situation that we're in at the moment or anything. What would be your mindset? Where would you put yourself on that scale? So I want you to use your fingers. If you think you're a 1, we'll do a 1, and then all the way up to 10. Okay? Let me see if I can see. Oh, we've got some 10s. Oh, excellent. We've got some middle grounds. That's okay. Well done. Oh, we've got some 1s. Well done for being so brave and sharing that. Wow. You are all very, very brave. Okay, fantastic. So if you were a 1 and you think that you are a 1, how can we change that? Team, can we offer up any suggestions how we might be able to change that? So if
I used to be really scared of change because I moved school when I was in year 9 and it was really scary for me. And I find that if you try and turn all the negative things into a positive thing, so it might be that I don't know anyone here, but then you can change that into thinking, but there's lots of people that I can get to know and I can make lots of new friends, and there might be more people here that are more similar to me than people that I was friends with. And if you try and turn everything into a positive, it makes it a bit easier to digest it, I find.
Do you think that was easy, Tegan, to change that into a positive? Did it happen just like, okay, positive?
No, I moved at the same time as my brother, who was in year 7 at the time, and he adapted so much quicker to making new friends than I did because I was so set in my ways. So it took me a lot longer, but it only took me maybe 2 weeks at most, but I really had to try really hard.
Yeah, that's good. It is the trying and the believing. We believe in you. We believe in all of you year 6ers, every single one of you. We know you can do it. We promise you can do it. We've been there and we've done that. Yes?
Everyone that's older than you's done it before, so why wouldn't you be able to?
Exactly, yeah, fantastic. So what about the people that are sort of in the middle? So we have a few high fives going on. What do we reckon? How we're kind of in a position where we might just lean over to negative, but we kind of want to go to positive. What could we do?
I definitely think that attending these sessions is obviously going to help so much because we're going to learn so much about it. So that's a really good start for you people. And as well, the way that I like to do things is writing things down and having a visual of what I'm feeling. So I'll write down a statement. So, for example, I'm scared I won't make any more friends. And then you can, in a column next to it, write, I will make new friends. And even if you don't believe it at first, the more that you think this and the more that you write it down, you will eventually believe it, because it's like learning a new skill. It'll train your brain to think that way. So if you write it down, or even if you just think it, if you don't want to write it down, then that'll help a lot for you people.
Yeah, that's really good tips. Really, really good. So having something to look at to know that you're going that way. So
you could draw a picture as well.
Or listen to a piece of music that reminds you of how you can do it. If you heard the song that was playing when we came in, that's a really uplifting, positive song. We can do it. We're unbreakable. Really, it's fantastic. I love that song. Okay. So what about the people that gave us some high tens? You guys are in the positive mindset. Well done. And every single one of you, even though you might not already be aware of that, you've all shown us how you have a positive mindset today by logging on and joining this session. You are already on your way there. You are on your way to All Hallows, and you are going to have that positive mindset because you have been active and proactive and logged on to join us and to go through this program with us. So even though those people who think they're a 1, you might be feeling that, but you are showing and you are striving towards being at number 10. So if you think you're at number 10 already, how can we stay there? How can we stay there, team? Any tips on staying at number 10? Charlie, did you have a 10 up?
I had a 9 up.
Had
But
9.
mine was 10.
Right, okay. How could we stay up there?
I think keeping in these sessions.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, keep it up as at a 10.
Yeah, that's it. And also a way that really helps me to stay in a positive mindset is by sharing my positive mindset. So if I can see that somebody maybe is feeling a little more, maybe a bit further down the scale and they're feeling that way, to share my positive mindset, it's a bit infectious. It's a bit like a smile. Has anyone ever heard of that, where the smiles are infectious? If you smile, we could actually get the smile to travel all the way around the world. And that's a pretty cool power. By just smiling at someone, it makes somebody else smile. Yeah? So you can do the same with your mindset and positivity. So that's quite a good thing to do to keep in with your positive mindset. Okay, let's move on. Have a look at this for me. I would like you to have a read and a listen of these little speech bubbles. And I would like you to put your hands on your head if you have ever said or thought, "There's no way I'll be able to learn that. No way, there's no way." I know I've done that before. If you've ever had those thoughts. Quite a few people. Okay. What about, take your hands off your head. Okay. Can you hold your palms up to the screen like this if you have ever said, "I'm just not good at that. I can't get better. I just can't get better."
I definitely used to do this with, I learnt Spanish at school, and that was really, really hard for me.
Yeah, it is hard, really difficult. But you've acknowledged that sometimes you have those thoughts, so well done. Okay, let's go for fold your arms. If you've ever thought he doesn't have to try hard because he's talented. He doesn't have to try, he's talented. Why can't I be like that? Fold your arms. Yeah, I can see some people nodding at me as well and saying, "Yes, Roxy, I totally understand what you're saying there. I hear you." Okay, can we go for hands on your head again? If you've ever thought, "It's too hard, I give up. I give up. Too hard. No, can't do it, I give up." I think I can see almost everybody with their hands on their heads. I think that's a very common one that we all feel sometimes. What do you reckon, team?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Even if it's just for a split second before you change the thought, we all feel that initially.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's have a thumbs up if you've ever thought no amount of practice was ever going to make me good at this, this could be anything. This could be baking a cake. I've got to admit, I'm not very good at baking. I try, and I'm always trying to make myself better, but there's quite a few times where my cakes have come out like biscuits, and it was supposed to be a chocolate fudge cake. So I've often thought, yeah, no amount of practice is going to make me any good at this. But I've kept going. And I will one day bake a chocolate fudge cake that stands up and doesn't collapse when I take it out of the oven. I have faith in myself. Okay? Let's have now stretch your arms into the air. If you've ever thought, I tried it, but I couldn't do it. This is not my thing. Definitely. Definitely. I know, again, one of my things that I have struggled with, I love doing it, absolutely love doing it, is dance. I love dancing. But quite often I've thought, that's not my thing.
I'm the same with singing, Roxy. I'm the other way round from you.
We have these thoughts, but what do we do, Tegan?
Do it anyway. If you enjoy it, then you have to keep practicing. You'll get better eventually.
Exactly. We tell ourselves,
Like it with drawing. I can't draw yet, but I'm going to start practicing.
well, let's go into that. Yes, that's a great thing to lead on to, Erin. Thank you for that. So we've got a magic word, haven't we, guys?
You do.
When it comes to growth mindset, we take our fixed mindset, which is all of these that you can see here, all of these speech bubbles. There's no way, I give up, I'm just not good, and they're your fixed mindset. You've told yourself, that's it, end of story, I'm not, I can't, I won't. So we take it into the growth mindset, and there comes our magic word, which is yet. Yeah? All of those things, it's okay to feel. It is totally okay to feel them all. Once we've acknowledged we feel that way, we can then move on to how we can get that done. How can we strive to work towards achieving that goal? How can we strive towards getting ourselves ready on our first day of secondary school and walking in and being ready? Being ready because we will have learned all of our resilience and we will have learned how to use our growth mindset. So let's just take this first bubble. There's no way I'll be able to learn that. Ellie, do you know how we could change that into our growth mindset?
Yeah, so instead of there's no way I'll be able to learn that, I may not be able to learn that yet, but I can put in the practice and eventually will be able to.
Exactly, yes, really good. So that's one of the examples, guys. If you just stick that magic yet in there, we'll get there. It doesn't make it impossible. It makes it reachable. It makes it so close to reach out and grab it that we might just be able to get there if you put that yet there. You will get there. So we can do that with all of these. No amount of practice will make me good at this. No. You keep practicing, you might not be good at it yet, but you will be good at it, okay? Right, let's go into the next slide. Okay, if we change nothing, nothing will change. Now, hands up if we think change can sometimes be a little bit scary. The thought of things changing, does it make you have a funny tummy? Does it make you think, oh, I don't know about this, I'm not entirely sure, not too sure what this is about? You have lots of hands up. I should have put my hand up as well there because I agree. I get sometimes a little bit of a bubbly butterfly tummy if someone mentions change. However, let me let you into a secret on this one. If things don't change, we can't grow as a person and physically. So we have in our staffing team, Charlie. Charlie, you are a lot taller, aren't you, than when you were first in reception?
Very.
Charlie is very... So, Charlie, when he was in reception, toddled on in to his classroom and sat on one of those little red plastic chairs to do his work. In he went. We've all been there on those little tiny chairs. And then Charlie grew, and the chair seemed to get smaller. Well, the chair wasn't actually getting smaller, but because Charlie was getting bigger, he needed to move on to a bigger chair that would provide more support because he was growing up. So just like you started in reception at your primary school, which was perfect for you. It was just right. You have grown and grown and grown within your primary school, and now you're at the top. You're just at its limit. You're almost at the ceiling. You need to now make that move, that change, so that you can go into secondary school to provide the more support that you now need, just like that chair. So when Charlie sat on a bigger chair, he had more support. You're going to move into a bigger school and you get all of the support that you need. That's where you're at. If we don't change, you're going to have to stay sat on those small chairs, Charlie. And that wouldn't have been great, would it? Can you imagine you guys all being still sat on those small chairs when you're 16 years old? No, that's not comfortable. That's not going to make for a comfy lesson at all. So we need to make that change. And although it's scary, we can get the tools and we can give you the tools to move through to make that change confidently. Okay, we'll move on to the next bit. Okay, let's have a look at these guys. What are these guys doing, team?
Juggling.
They're juggling. Do we think that these people were born already able to juggle? What have they got, 5, 6? Oh, they're sharing the juggling. Do we think that they could do that immediately?
No.
What do you guys think? Yeah? What about our year 6s? Were you all born ready to juggle? No? No, me neither. Me neither. Okay, so what might have happened along the way then? What do we think, guys?
Practice.
Practice, that's it, isn't it? Practice, practice, practice. But during that practice, do you think every single time they practiced, they got better and they did it every time?
No.
What do you think might have happened?
I dropped a few along the way.
Oh, I think they dropped a few along the way. I think they might have had a few bumped heads. I think that might have happened. Did they leave them on the floor though? Or do you think they picked them up and carried on going?
Picked them up and tried again.
I think they bent down, picked them up, and they kept on going. They went, right, we are going to do this. Practice, practice, because I can't do it yet, but I will do it. I will know how to do this because I'm going to practice. Do you think these jugglers then have a growth mindset or a fixed mindset? What do we think? So shall we have a thumbs up at the screen for a growth mindset or a thumbs down for a fixed mindset? Do these jugglers have growth or fixed mindset? Or can see some thumbs up. Look at you guys taking part. This is fantastic. Well done. Absolutely amazing. Yes, I agree. I think that they are using their growth mindset. I think you are quite right. So let's see what's going to happen on this next slide. Here are some instructions on how to learn to juggle. Would you all, if you would like to, go and get 3 pairs of rolled up socks. Don't do any running through the house. Keep it all nice and safe. If you want to join in learning how to juggle, go and get some 3 pairs. They're soft, so they're easier to throw. You can have 2 minutes to go and find some socks or something to juggle. If you don't want to, I'm going to let you in on another thing that you can do as well. Okay? Give them 2 minutes. Have you guys ever learnt to juggle, team? Have you had a go?
No.
I
Right.
tried yesterday in email.
Yeah, I tried with Sarah, but I wasn't very good at it. But I will practice now. We'll get better.
Practice. I really, really struggle with juggling. I really, really struggle with it. So
Yeah.
look at Charlie's practicing there. Oh, we've got some.
I've got some paper.
Fantastic. So those of you that aren't going to do the juggling, I used to really struggle with this. Rubbing my tummy and patting my head at the same time. Can everyone try that if you've not got your juggling balls in your head? The way that we can learn to do that, if you're struggling to begin with, is rub your tummy and get a rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, pat. 2, 3, 4, and you can start to do it then, yeah, and you get into a rhythm of it. Then another one is to start sticking your tongue out at the same time. Do you go every other, and that's another way to really try and build that, if like juggling, keeping everything going at once, trying to focus on that. It took me ages. All of my brothers and sisters could do it, and could I do it? No, I couldn't, but I can now because I practiced and I figured out a way. Okay, so let's have a little talk about how we are going to learn to juggle. Start by throwing a ball from one hand into the other, okay? You're going to throw it across. Make a loop about as high as your eyebrows, so not flying right into the air, just as high as your eyebrows each time you throw it. Introduce a second ball into the mix. Throw this just as the first ball reaches your eyebrows, the top of the loop. Look at you going for it. Well done, guys. Look at you all. This is fantastic.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Much better than I am.
Well done, everyone. Okay, then keep going like this until you are confident with juggling the two balls, okay? Confidence is a big thing. Confidence is something that not everybody feels like they can be, but you can be confident. You can say, yes, I can do that now, and be okay with saying, yes, I can do that now. Introduce a third ball. Throw this ball when the second ball is at the top of the loop. So you've got 1, 2, and the third one comes in at the top. Okay, let's see who's going to have a go at that. Oh, wow, I can see you all going for it. Well done. Oh, year 6s, you are fantastic. And this is your growth mindsets being built. Well done. Wow, I can see some of you that look like you're already professional jugglers, and I can see some of you that are really trying. Well done, everybody. That's really, really good. Really good. Okay.
Roxy, I think we're going to have a word with Mr. Tomlinson to introduce maybe a circus school at All Hallows when we get back, because we have got some amazing performers here. Definitely something to grow your growth mindset with there, kids. You're doing really, really well.
Really well. It is. It's like a performance on my screen. I love it. And then you just keep practicing. And if you keep practicing that, next week when we log on, I might have everybody going with like 5. Who knows what's going to happen? It's setting those little ambitions, isn't it? And saying, I can't yet, but I can. Keep going and keep going. And just like adding those balls into the air, you add into your growth mindset. Everything keeps building. Well done, everyone. Okay, so this one, you've all had a go. You're all fantastic. Well done. Okay, this slide here talks about that thing that I keep saying. So we've demonstrated growth mindset. It will help you to tackle new challenges and not give up until you succeed. That means that we think, we can't do it yet again, but I will do it. So every mistake is an opportunity to learn. So every time the jugglers dropped their juggling balls or pins or whatever they were juggling with, they picked them up and they said, that's okay. I just need to keep going. I might have dropped them now, but I'm going to treat that as a learning curve, and we're going to carry on. And that's called building resilience. Resilience is a really, really good quality and really fantastic thing to build up within us. You can put that into any area of your life, and it shines and helps you to get through everything. You can break down the tasks so that I can achieve success. So like we couldn't juggle, we read the instructions, or you watched me tell you how to do rubbing your tummy and patting your head and making your tongue out at the same time, and you broke it down into bite-sized chunks and you got there, and we understood that. So the big thing might look scary. Going to All Hallows at this moment in time might be like, oh no, it's a really big school and I'm not sure. But over the next few weeks, we're going to break that down into bite-sized chunks to make that so much more manageable for you. We've got it. We're doing it. We're with you. I will put all of my effort into achieving success. All of it. Do you think, team, that we always put everything into our classes and everything like that? Totally. We do it with 110% sparkle and effort. We know that if we put all of our effort into that we are going to help you guys and you are going to get there. Whether that be in one of our performing arts sessions, whether that be in a group show, whether that be in a transition session, we are going to get there because we put in 100%. And by you guys logging on today, you're putting in 100%. You are already ticking that box. You've done fantastic, and it's going to be so exciting watching you all go through this journey to get to All Hallows. It's going to be fantastic, because if we go to this one up here on the top right, I will not give up. We're not going to give up. We're not going to give up, and by you guys keep logging in and adding those balls into your juggling, so to speak, and keeping adding to your growth mindset, you're not going to give up, and you're going to be so resilient, and you will totally be there. Okay, and I will ask others along the way to help me. So guys, how do you help each other? The team, I'm asking here, how do the team help each other?
Well, when me and Erin were doing the training for this, we were messaging each other on Instagram, like, how much did you write for this assignment, and kind of helping each other through that. So during the remote times, we've been doing it that way, and then normally when we were at work, as we were before the current situation, me and Ellie would always be supporting each other during our sessions on a Saturday morning, you know, asking for help, or be like, oh, can you just keep an eye on that child while I look after this child, and that kind of thing. So
yeah, fantastic. What about as a team, so as students, so Charlie and Ellie, they access something at TakePart called the Triple Threat Programme. So they are both going into college, aren't you guys? You're about to move over into college. How do you help each other in the triple threat situation? How do you, like at this moment, we're going through a strange change. No one expected it, and we're working through this transition together. How do you help yourselves and help others?
It's about, oh, go on, Charlie, you can go.
So we like encourage each other through, say if someone's down, we're going to pick that person back up because we're always a team. And the famous saying goes, a team is only as strong as its weakest link. So if you pick the person that's down and pick them back up, we're all strong as one. We all can get it through it together.
Exactly, fantastic. That's such a valuable thing to know, that we will get through it all together. The biggest thing with it is asking questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Yeah, and if someone asks you a question, that means that they've thought, oh, I can trust them. They've obviously shown me that level of support, or you've shown them that level of support, and you've made them comfortable enough to ask those questions. We'll talk about asking questions and all those kinds of things in the coming weeks, but don't be afraid to ask questions, okay? That's another big thing. Okay, well that is the end of the presentation. So now I would quite like to open it up to you guys. If you would like to send me a question to ask anything about moving through to year 7, you can send me a message in the chat and I will ask it and get the team to reply. Let's have a look. Oh, hang on, Louise, you're muted. I can't unmute you, Louise. I can see you trying to talk.
Unmute me.
There we go. I've unmuted you. Oh no, you're muted.
Muted again.
You're muted.
There we go. The power of being able to mute the boss is incredible. Anyway, I would just like to very quickly introduce you to Mr. Tomlinson, who I can see is on the call, and maybe Mr. Tomlinson, you can explain about what you do at All Hallows. And you may have seen Mr. Tomlinson before, but it's just very nice to link the school on this first chat with a member of staff. So do you want to just tell the kids what you do and what your position is at All Hallows, and what you'd like from the year 6s at the moment?
Yeah, of course, Louise, no problem. Obviously, I'm Mr. Tomlinson. I've met quite a lot of the students through transition activities that we've already done from year 4, 5, and some earlier year 6 ones. My role in school is to make sure that the transition programme runs effectively, to help the prospective new Year 7s to feel as comfortable as possible with the changes that are obviously going to take place from moving from Year 6 to Year 7. If I can, what I actually have done, I've set up a transition email. So obviously if you want to email TakePart direct, that's fine. But I have a transition at allhallowsrc.co.uk. If you've got any pressing issues that you want to discuss with me, please, I'm on here most days. If you want to email me, and I can get back to you within 24 hours. This is something new that we're trying. What's been interesting is the Director of Education for Salford has actually said it's an incredibly innovative thing that we're involved in, doing remote transition. And we just wanted to make the children feel as comfortable as possible in this obviously difficult climate that we're all going through. So from me, stay safe, stay indoors, and make sure that you log on every Thursday at 12:30. And I can't thank Louise enough for being involved with All Hallows and taking this excellent service to our school. So thanks, Louise.
Thank you for having us. It's lovely to see new faces. We do lots and lots of work in lots of different schools, but we've never been to All Hallows before. So we would love to meet you all in person when we get back to normal, and hopefully we can do some more work with you and help your transition to All Hallows and be part of that. We're very, very much the link. We're like the bridge between you as children and the schools themselves. So, you know, it would be great to do more work with All Hallows and work on the growth mindset as you grow through the school as well, because it's a very, very important thing for you. And as long as we keep developing and we're able to sort of open our minds up to opportunities and achieving our potential, wow, that is such a big thing to learn. And I know from the schools there are so many things that you're going to learn over the next sort of 5-6 years, and that's great, but there are lots and lots of personal development things that can help you with that development and those learning opportunities and make it all so much easier for yourselves. So that's the kind of thing that we do, and I just think it's amazing and really, really great that we're part of this transition for All Hallows as well this year, and that we can open up our services just a little bit further afield. You're not too far away, so we definitely can jump in the cars and come and see you when normality resumes. I'm sure we can try and make Mr. Tomlinson sort that out for us. So I think we're there. I don't know what the time is, I'll be honest. Where are we up to? Yeah. We're just there now. So thank you all so much for your time. It's just that 45 minutes, and it is so important in this very crazy world that we're living in. So from behalf of myself and TakePart and the amazing team that we've got with us, and all of you guys and Mr. Tomlinson, we'll see you all next week, same time, same place. But you keep juggling those balls and just think what you are doing to your brain. You are opening that growth mindset to accept loads of opportunities and possibilities. We'll see you all next week. Thanks ever so much, guys. Bye.
We'll get answering your questions next week as well.